Welcome to Paranormal Palace Radio, where truth equals reality, and truth is often stranger than fiction.
Hello everyone, welcome to Paranormal Palace Radio. This is your host, Royce the Redneck Radio Man. And joining me today is Rick, and I want to say the name's pronounced Wergersen. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to get him to correct me on that, or he's listening now, he knows to correct me. But at any rate, we're going to be talking about Paranormals Raw Truth, which is his paranormal ghost ghost research team. And we're going to see what all he's got going on and, you know, what we can learn from him about EVPs, orbs, or, you know, whatever else we can talk about on this here time slot here. And I'm thinking y'all should really enjoy him. He's on another show on GTN Network Internet TV show that he's really popular on. It's just that I don't remember the name of the actual GTN show it was. He was giving me links to it yesterday, but I've slept since then, but I'm sure he can fill you in on that one as well. So, Rick, how you doing today?
Hey, how you doing, Royce? Thanks for having me, buddy.
Oh, thanks for coming. Now, I wanted to ask you, Rick, was your wife going to join us, or because I think you said she was just going somewhere?
No, she was going to be with us, but her car got fixed.
Okay.
She's been in the auto shop for 3 days, costing a lot of money to get it fixed, so she's walking right now to go get it.
All right, I understand.
Yeah, you got me.
All right, that's fine. I just wanted to know because I'd put on the description both of you, so this way everybody knows that it's just going to be you. They'll know why she's not here, in other words.
Right, yeah.
So why don't you break the ice real quick, tell a little something about yourself and how you got involved in ghost research.
Okay. Well, the first thing, Royce, is I hate the term ghost. You know, that's one thing that I frown down upon, you know, because we're dealing with people that go to the next level. Life continues after our physical death. You know, you look at the cartoon Casper the Ghost. You know, he was a friendly ghost. That is what a ghost is, you know, Casper. What we deal with are people, you know, you and I, when we transpire from our physical life, our souls, our energy, we go to the next level. We either go to heaven, we go to hell, or for some reason, we remain here. You know, whether it's you're not allowed to go to heaven, so you maybe become a nice person if you were, you know, a dickhead, so to speak. Whatever reason, that limbo, you're in that zone there. But I got into this back just within the last 10 years. Started sharing my stuff. But my whole story started when, you know, for most of us in the field, something happens to us and we search for the answers. And that all kicked in my mid-teens, like when I was around 15, 16, when I walked into the house and saw someone walking down my stairs that didn't live there. And one way in, one way out. And when going to see who was down there was no one down there. But that's how my journey started with this. Okay.
Well, that sounds pretty interesting. I got a newcomer into the chat room. Okay, he's going to try a different browser. He's evidently having trouble getting the thing to go. And I was going to tell you that I might let you take over and tell us a little something while I was typing to him, but he's trying another browser, and that might just fix his problem without no help from me whatsoever. So why don't we continue on from where we were at? Now, how long have you had this Paranormals Raw Truth?
I converted to Paranormals Raw Truth. I was Real Investigations of the Paranormal, but there are so many people that are doing the RIP thing, you know. That so you go on there's so many of them, and the raw part of the truth, the raw is my initials, okay? Because I went through life, my teens, my 20s, everywhere I went, everywhere I rented, you know, houses, things would happen. Voices, you know, doors open and closing, and my friends witnessing things, you know, ball streaks of light shooting across, and that's how I came up with the Raw Truth. It's a mission that I'm on from God, okay? I don't know if you believe in dreams, what they say, those out-of-experience, body experiences, out-of-body experiences, visions, whatever. I was taken by two angels, Royce, and it was the most realist thing I ever, experienced, just like anything else that when you're awake and conscious. But I was actually taken, and I was flown, and I seen everything from suffering. I was literally in hell, all right? I ended up in heaven, but they took me and I saw everything from children suffering, and dying, and people suffering, and to glory and peace, and since that day, because growing up, I thought it was a curse, I'm thinking, man, there's something wrong with me, why is this stuff happening, am I losing it? But you learn how to cope with it and deal with it, where now it's a gift. I have a gift that I can talk with those who have passed to the next level. No matter where I go, there's spirit life everywhere, But I got this gift that I could go on an investigation to check out, claims what people are experiencing, and I'll walk out with over 100 EVPs. Out of that 100, we could probably use 3/4 of them, because you can hear them pretty good. Some are really Class A ones that are really freaky. Everything's on the website, ParanormalsRawTruth.com. Every show that we do for Ghost Television Network, which is ranked, I believe, number 6 in the world as far as internet TV stations. And we pulled off an Emmy Award from there for the show that we did. And we only had maybe 6 episodes compared to all these people that have been there for years. And we won the Viewer's Choice Award, which is 1 vote per IP address around the world. So out of a couple 100,000 votes, we won that award, which is an honor.
Right, and it is.
Yeah, an Emmy, dude. We as a team won an Emmy Award, And, we watched the show live. They had it live on there. And when it came down to that last award, that was the Viewer's Choice Award. That's the award that everybody wanted to see. And it beat out all those other programs. There was like 3 shows that dropped out because they were pissed. They voted for themselves thousands of times, but it only counted for 1 vote. And when the new kids on the block, so to speak, just come walking in, and they took that, there was a lot of controversy in that.
There's a lot of controversy and a lot of things where ghost research is concerned, is my understanding. Some people say that orbs are ghosts. Other ones say no, they're just effects of dust showing up on the camera. Some people believe in ectoplasms. Other ones say no, there's another explanation for that. And
there's skeptics for everything. I mean, as far as like orbs, 99% of it's dust. But you'll have, like, we were just watching our latest show that it's not up on the web yet, but I was watching it, and one of the girls that's with us, she said something, she felt something on her neck, and there it is. There's this ball of light that comes out of the side of her head and does a couple little zigs and disappears behind her, but she's waving her hand as it's happening, so we do catch those. I got people that send me pictures of these orbs, and it's like when you're standing in the backyard, the wind's blowing, you got a cornfield next to you, it's dust. There's a million of them, Then I get pictures that, that you can't explain, I mean, actually look like they got a face in the damn thing. But orbs, that's a rough one there, man. I mean, the apartment we live in an apartment. There's 3 buildings. And at one time, back, I guess, in the 60s, somewhere in there, it was, one of the buildings was, like a hospital for mental patients. And there was a lot of deaths, suicides. We live in a building where the personnel live. And just in our apartment alone, we probably got now, I think it's up to 6 people that live here with us. And, I actually got, my private area squeezed the other day when I was in the bedroom talking to my wife. I felt someone grab me and shaking me. And I'm looking down at my, my pants, like, what is going on? So, being like I am, I made a mad dash, got my recorder. I was back there within 5 seconds, started recording, and said, "Who just grabbed me?" And I got a girl that says, "I did." Out of the 30-second digital recording I did, I got 4 responses. It was a girl that grabbed me, but she followed my wife home. She went out with a couple of the other girls to the local cemetery here, and, every time we go out to do an investigation, we always make it clear before we leave that property, that building, whatever it is, you cannot follow us home. But yet, she didn't say it here, and bam, we got a new roommate.
Right. Well, I think we got our own roommate here as well. We get, like air conditioners turning themselves on and, stuff falling down and doors shutting and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. When we moved in here, my kids were freaking out because the lights would go on. Like, the doors would all open, not just one, but all of them. The water would be turned on, not only in the bathroom, but the kitchen. And you go to shut it off, it's not just a little quarter-inch turn. You got to turn it all the way. It was full throttle open. So it's not like there was a pressure build-up in the pipes for the water. But what we did, Royce, is, we sat around one night, we're doing EVPs. We got a lot of stuff. In fact, if you go to our homepage or website, I think it's on there. I haven't been on there much, but it should be home case on there, and you can hear who lives with us and what they say. But to make peace, we told all these people, quit messing around. We know you're here. Live with us. Eat our food. Watch TV. Sit with us. Drink. And since that day, all that nonsense, that crazy stuff has stopped. Now we'll hear them. You can actually hear them. They get your attention. And they get pissed off if we don't sit down and pull the digital recorder out and start talking with them. Then they'll do something. They'll close the door or knock something over. That's what we got to deal with.
Okay, now this is the ones at that asylum you were talking about, or is this anywhere?
This is in my house.
Okay, in your house.
Yeah, this is my house. I mean, every case we do, we've been, I met my wife, and we've been married now for 7 years, and she's got a gift, too, that she could, like a receiver. She's got, like, what I got. And in a way, I had near-death experiences where I should have been dead. I had a staph infection. They told me I wasn't going to leave the hospital. And it's like, no kidding. I mean, my legs are swollen. My ankles are as big as my legs. I got sores all over my legs. And they had a priest come in, and it's like, what is going on? They're telling me, we told you you're probably not going to leave. I said, well, yeah, I'm going to be here a little while, right? He says, you're not going to make it. And I felt, when I was laying there one night in the hospital, I felt someone grab my feet on my toes. I felt 2 hands. Because I'm on morphine and everything, and I'm looking down there, and it's like, all right, no one's there. But long story short, they cut me apart, and they said I'm one of the, how do you put it, you're a miracle in the medicine world, because what you had should have went to your organs, yet nothing went above my waist. So I believe you got to have some kind of experience to open yourself up, your mind's eye, to enable you to have that openness. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
I think so.
Yeah, you gotta
kind of like faith.
Yeah. That dream I had. What I got out of it was God was wanting me to help prove to everybody that life goes on. Life goes on. Back when we were kids, I'm 51 now, so I'm talking back in my, early teens and single digits. But you would go to church and it would be full. You had standing room only, and you see all your friends and they're in their families. Now you go to church, you're lucky if it's half full, and just to hear people in their comments about not believing in God, there's no heaven, it's only life here. Well, they're all wrong. We take this as our main thing that we do when we catch stuff, our gold, our money is the EVPs, because you get the bunk, the dust thing, the orbs, you get to take care of that. Video evidence and the audio evidence, you can't debate what you hear and what you see. You can't do it. It's just too powerful of evidence.
Okay, Rick, I'm not real sure, but I think we might have a caller. Somebody just tried to call in, and, well, it looks like I'm showing them on the thing here in the chat room. They say they're trying to call. Caller, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, well, see, you made your phone call.
Okay. I just wanted to add, too, that we've been having things move. Like, I keep my earrings in the bedroom, and I'll find an earring in the living room by your recliner. I mean, there's no reason why it should be there. You know, and other things like that. Like, I can't remember what else it was, but, you know, I'm finding things in strange places where they shouldn't be. So I know it's our ghost. I'm pretty sure it's our ghost doing it.
Okay, my wife was listening in. That's her that called. Are you still with us, Rick?
I got you now.
Okay.
Your screen was flashing. Yeah, I was hearing someone talk, and then it went silent. Something about jewelry or something being found in other places.
Right.
That's
babe.
Okay, that's your wife, Carol?
Yeah.
Hello, Carol.
Hello, how are you?
Not bad. It's Saturday. There's a hangover involved.
I hear you. I was saying that I find my earrings and my different jewelry in strange places in the house. I normally have a special drawer that I keep all my jewelry.
Right.
And I found earrings in the living room, you know, in front of my husband's recliner. And I know he don't wear earrings, you know, and there's no way that it could have gotten there otherwise. You know, and I'm finding like other little things in strange places where they shouldn't be. You know.
Do you guys own this house?
Yes.
Did you live there a long time, or?
It was my aunt's house before she passed away. My aunt and uncle's house.
That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, that could be them trying to tell you, hey, man, we're still here. You guys happen to have a digital recorder?
No, we don't. But I have a recorder on my phone.
Yeah, I never tried it on the phone. I use digital recorders, and I use the program Audacity. It's free download. So, I mean, if you had a digital recorder, you could try it on the phone. I don't know how you would get it to go to your computer to put in that program, but you could, if you had a digital recorder, say you had that, sit it and ask some questions, you know? Ask if it's your aunt, whoever it was. You know, give a few seconds from the respond. Even take that jewelry out that's being moved and hold it in the hand and ask questions, and put it onto your computer on Audacity. That's a wavelength. You can see human wave, and you'll see non-human. You know, you can pick it out. You can stretch it out and play it. That's how we do all our stuff. So if it's someone that's one of our team members, you can tell by their wavelength. But then you'll see that little spot that you know that's a honey hole. And when you get to that, that's when we get our responses. I check it and I pick one up. You get them at Best Buy. Not all of them work. You want to get the one with an SUB, or USB, I should say. I got me an Olympus. My eyes are so bad. VN8100 PC series. And, just plug that right into the computer, and you go to that Audacity, you open it up, and put it into it, and that should answer a lot of your questions. You might be really surprised at what you hear.
Yeah, I believe that. My brother lives in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains, and there's a place called Caves Cove, and we went into a house that's called the Tipton House because it belonged to the Tiptons back in the 1800s, and we were doing EVPs, and we got very clear that, you know, we asked who was she and, you know, who was there, and she said Miss Tipton. Of course, we didn't hear it when we were doing it, but when we played it back. And we asked, did anybody die here? And she said, the children. Would they die of the fever? And we found out later on that typhoid fever was rampant back then in the 1800s in that area. So, you know, it was really interesting.
Yeah, that's cool when you make contact and you get direct responses. You know?
Yes, it is.
Like, there's a lot of people say, yeah, we got footsteps. So that can be residual, you know, it's burnt in time. We did a case not long ago, and it was Well, I can't tell you where it was at because it's one of those deals, you know, that people let you do it, but they don't want to be known. It's a business. But we were in the bedroom where two girls would have gotten killed back in it was in the 70s. And while we were in there, we heard someone walking down the hallway right to the door where I was standing by. And I even said, they are outside the door. And I immediately opened it up and looked, and I got 2 killer EVPs when I opened it up. I can't remember what it said, but that's on the webpage. That was one of the shows that we did. But I would get a recorder if I was you, and you know, put the kids in the garage with some duct tape so don't make no noise, and check it out and see what you pick up. I did it once over Skype. You know, I do this video golf game, and we talk on Skype, and this guy was saying, I don't believe in that stuff. I said, well, after we're done, let's me and you do a thing. I said, you come up with 5 questions. I said, you ask them and wait 10 seconds, and after we get done, I'll go over it, and I'll send it back to you. And this guy called me up threatening me. How did you know my family? It's like, I don't have a clue what to talk about. Well, they gave his name, Johnny, which was the guy's brother that got killed like 10, 12 years ago in a car accident. He asked, what am I looking at right now? And the voice said legs. All right? He was looking at TV, and at that time was the Statue of Liberty. The camera was on the bottom, so you could see the legs, you know, going up. And he really freaked out. I mean, I couldn't believe I did it over Skype. You know, I couldn't believe I did that, but it worked. I mean, now he believes. He went and bought a digital recorder, and he's getting all kinds of stuff that he never knew was going on. Because spirit is everywhere. It's everywhere, no matter where you go. You know, where you go, it's there.
I believe it. I really do.
Oh yeah. Get yourself a digital recorder and ask some questions and see if it isn't your aunt. You know, she's still watching over the house. Like, we had something lined up for tonight. I can't give you the store name because they want to keep it quiet. This is the second one we did of this big chain. It's a second-hand store, you know, like Goodwill. And what happens when people pass? You know, my Aunt Jackie passes away, and, excuse me, and I'm in charge of getting rid of all her stuff. Well, the stuff that no one wants, what do you do with it? You give it to Goodwill, you know, or one of those organizations, and that's just a store full of trigger objects. You know, that could have been, you know, my aunt's favorite chair that she sat in, which is now in that store, you know, and she's still attached to that. You know, that's. I'm really looking forward to doing that. We're going there tonight just to do a 2-hour walkthrough to see what we find, and then plan a game of attack after that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That's you know, you go to buy secondhand clothes, you don't know what's attached to those clothes. Whether it's a TV set, a book, you know, jewelry, anything. You could be taking something home with you and not even know it.
That's true.
I love those places. The last one we did, I don't think we put that, we just put that on the site, but that was on our old site. That was a real investigation of the paranormal. Now we're going with the show name, you know, Paranormals Raw Truth. And we had all kinds of crazy stuff and the bad thing that really ticked me off is I waited like 4 days before I went over my digital recorder, and I had a man tell me, find the red book. So when I heard that 4 days later, I jumped in my van and shot over to the store, and I went through every red book, and believe it or not, man, I found some receipts in one, I found pictures in another one, an old check that was wrote out and cashed, and another book. Yeah, I went through there was 1,000 books there. I found every red book and, you know, tried to find, you know, maybe this guy's got money in there or something. You know, every other page, $100, but I'm waiting to see them $100 bills. But I never came across no money. So unless somebody came and opened that book up and said, yeah, I'll buy that for $5 and take, you know, the 50 that was in the first page, buy it.
Well, no, I wouldn't mind doing that.
No. That's why when we do investigations, I try to do, you know, like we can sit in my apartment here, and we usually do it for 3, 4, 5 minute sessions. This way, I can put them on the computer and respond to them back. And during that time, you'll hear with your own ears someone say something. You know, you'll hear them flat out, you know, and when it's in the room, to hear that voice. You know, like we got a little girl that wakes us up in the bedroom, and she's talking away, and, you know, you're waking up hearing this, and it's like, you know, wake the wife up, it's like, listen to this. And you're not paying attention to what they're saying, but because you're so freaked out that you're actually hearing someone talking plain as day in your bedroom. And then it stops, and then we're both sitting there like, well, what did you hear? You know, we get all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, for some reason, the spin and my name is mentioned almost every single investigation, you know, 3 to 6 times. It's either, hi, Rick, there's Rick, kill Rick, get out, Rick, but unknown, you know. That's one thing that, you know, when my time comes and I got to go, you know, in front of the pearly gates, hopefully doing all this, you know, helping get the word out and showing that, you know, get faith back in the families. They're just like Disneyland, you know, you pay the extra $1 and, you know, got to get in that line. You could go down the speed line. Hopefully that's going to get me in the speed line up to that gate faster.
We we also had a mirror that belonged to the house when my aunt moved in back in 69, 70, because I was real young at the time. But, and we would take pictures of kids underneath the mirror. You know, they were sitting on the couch beneath it. And when we developed the film, we could see faces in the mirror. One of them it looked like me when I was a child. And, there was a lady with a, hat on, looked like from the 50s. Mm-hmm. And, there was also a man that looked like he would have been a captain of a ship or, you know, something like that.
Really?
But I don't know who they were, but,
yeah. Mirrors.
It was really eerie.
Yeah, we've been in several cases where people complain about the mirrors. That's where they come out of the mirror and what have you. So, yeah, there's I had a couple experiences with mirrors, and the last one, the guy took it and destroyed it, took it back to the house that he got it from and busted it up in pieces. Then I asked around a few different groups, you know, is that a smart thing to do? And I was told, you know, they should have tried to have them leave before they wrecked their doorway. You know, they're probably stuck in the house, though. I haven't heard from them people. They were having serious, there was physical manipulation, so to speak, while they were sleeping. The wife would be getting raped, you know, and they actually caught that on camera. My wife, she showed my wife because, you know, she didn't want the guys to see, but my wife says you could see the impressions of the inside of her legs, like someone was doing something to her. You can see her skin flatten out, you know, and the husband, he was being sexually, how would you put it, worked over by hand under the sheets, and his hands would be under his head while he was sleeping, yet the motion of going up and down, you know, was happening to the husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild case that we did there.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this was recent?
Yeah, that was this year. This year. That one, oh Lord, is that in the site? That might be, it was on our other site. See, once we took the other site down, what we didn't put on a disc was disappeared. But we got everything on, we got like 6 other discs with all these other investigations and EVPs we got that we have to put on there. Right now we're putting all the stuff that, since we started with GTN, you know, with the shows with them. So we got all that stuff. But I mean, you can go, like it says, the ParanormalsRawTruth.com, go where it says EVP evidence, and the home case is on there. I mean, we get some crazy stuff. We get some really crazy stuff. And being threatened doesn't bother me. You know, I've dealt with a demon, and, you know what's funny, Royce and Carol's, you know, you get, you know, this, before TAPS even came on TV, you know, I was going through this stuff. And then watching them and thinking, man, I get more stuff happening than me. I mean, I'm watching these guys for an hour, and they get a little tap, or they get a grunt. I'm getting full sentences. You know, I'm getting all the answers to the questions that I ask. And, yeah, it's a trip. You know, I'm looking forward to, we're supposed to already have done it, but we're going east. We're going to do an East Coast trip. and stop at different places along the way and hit Gettysburg, and then you go it and come back and hit other places on the way back. But that's looking like that's going to be a winter deal. And, you know, when it's cold out, gear don't work right. Batteries drain fast. You know.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an indoor thing we got going.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gettysburg was haunted at all.
Oh, my wife is from that area, and she's been there and says she's seen soldiers, you know, walking around and then they're gone. And crazy place. I look forward to that. I look forward to going there because I'm a soldier for God, you know. Like I get emails, people telling me, you know, you suck, burn in hell, and that means they saw and they watched and they heard, they listened, you know. I get people telling me what I do is cool, you know. I'm a badass, you know. Whatever, you know. I go in there, I don't take crap, you know. The demon thing changed my whole perspective on life after death because it's the first time that I ever came across something that physically harmed me and choked me to the point where I lost 15 minutes of my life when I woke up outside, and that was being filmed by National Geographic, and I had to sign, you know, papers saying that it belongs to them. You know, I can't film anything, but I dealt with this demon, and they say you're not supposed to say his name, but I'm going to tell you, look up Pazuzu, because I had to get another group in there. And as soon as they started walking around and what they found, they took me outside and said, here's your problem. It's this guy. And, he got me during this ritual. They speak in Latin and all this stuff. And I was gasping for air. I couldn't speak. And like I said, I woke up out in the front yard. And right away I'm thinking to myself, oh, my God, I was at a party and someone spiked my drink and I'm overdosed out in the front yard. And I see these bright lights on me, and it took a few minutes to register. Crap, man, I'm doing an investigation. What am I out here for? It's you know, you get these guys that come in and they're ghost hunters. You know, we're ghost hunters. You know, like I said, they're not ghosts, they're people, and I've been, you know, I'm 51, so 15, what is that, 35, 36 years I've been going through this. You know. And for all these newbies that come out, and they don't realize the dangers in it. I mean, we all have been scratched and pushed, and, you know, that demonic case after I regained consciousness, and when I did go back in the house was totally different. I never knew what a heavy feeling was until I went in there and felt that. I walked in there, it was like they had an air conditioner on, it was easy to breathe, because that was one of the claims of dark shadows of being choked, and voices, and the teenage kid was the one that was playing with the Ouija board, and this Ouija board was an antique one that had demon markings on it, and he pulled a demon out. But after that was all said and done, there was even a 3,000-year-old rock that was in a glass case with authenticity papers. It was 3,000 years old, and this kid had it. You know, where he got it from, he just said his friends, but Mom and Dad made him get rid of it after that, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, the ghost hunting thing, you know, I can't stand that term because they're people, you know. We do paranormal research, you know. We go in and we get the raw truth, you know. We don't enhance our stuff, you know. We don't use like my neighbor. I don't know if you ever heard of Frank Sumption. You ever hear of Frank Sumption?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, if you Google Frank Sumption, I think it's Sumption. He is the creator of the Frank's box, the first ghost box they ever made. He's Frank's box. You ever hear that?
I've heard of these ghost boxes.
Yeah. Well, Frank, he builds them out of like any kind of radio. He adds crystals to them and does some other stuff, and it's a free rolling frequency. And, you know, you pick stuff up, but it's a radio. You know, and I see other groups that use these ghost boxes that they get from Radio Shack. And I don't, you know, they pick up stuff and they all believe it, but yet, you know, that's a radio. And someone, you could rig that and have someone say something on a walkie-talkie, whatever, and put it in like it's really doing that shit. Where if you use a digital recorder, you know, there's no walkie-talkie and stuff on there. It's voice. You know, it's human voice and it's spirit, and that's our goal. That's our bag of gold. Is that device?
Okay, now if you don't like the term ghost, what term do you prefer?
I call them people.
People.
Yeah, that's what they are. That's what they are.
Okay.
I mean, you know, again, the ghost thing. You know, it's this research. You know, that's been going on for what hundreds of years. People have been experiencing stuff, and the way the techniques they used to do it, and the techniques that, like, I'm going to speak for myself, okay? Because my wife is with me. We got a girl, Carrie, and we got a cameraman, okay? But my whole mission is I work for God. I am out there to get the word out, whatever it takes, you know, whatever it takes. And why they decide to follow me, you know, that's their calling of why they want to do it, whatever. But I go in, and like I said, I get emails, people saying that I'm too aggressive, you know, but hey, I get the evidence, you know. I get the evidence that you cannot dispute. You can't dispute it. You can, people do, but there's no arguing. You know, if I walked out in the street and you ran over me with a damn car, you ran over me. How are you going to dispute that? You know, you can't dispute evidence. That's overwhelming, and that's what I take as overwhelming evidence. And I pray all the time, you know, and I ask God, I said, we gotta make this public for everybody in a way, you know, we got to get out to the public. Well, next thing you know, I'm signing a contract for the GTN network, and I'm putting my shows on there, you know, and it's just one step. We've been in several newspapers. We got invited to the Melting Pot here in Littleton. You Google the Melting Pot, and that's like the Disneyland for paranormal activity. I mean, you can hear people eating and talking as you're walking around, and they talk to you. You know, it's I just love it. I just love it. It's my calling.
Okay. Babe, did you have any more questions?
When he was talking about hearing them cooking and eating and stuff, when we first moved in here a long time ago, I would smell, like, I would wake up at 4 o'clock to go to the bathroom, and I would smell food cooking, and I would smell bananas. I don't know why. I would smell bananas really, really strong every morning. I guess maybe the daughter was, you know, or the kid was feeding kids bananas for breakfast or whatever. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah. The smell thing? Yeah. We just did, we were in Golden, Colorado, and we did a Miners Alley Playhouse, which no one has ever investigated. The guy that was working there, you know, said that they got stuff going on, and he's not going to tell me. But that's a new show, by the way, that was supposed to be on Thursday, but thanks to YouTube, it wouldn't download right. But we did put EVPs on there, and I got someone saying I killed my girlfriend, and I got some names that corresponds with someone being killed there. Now, I haven't gone back and talked with this guy to do the research, you know, find a local historian that could tell us about this, you know, there was someone murdered there because they gutted the entire basement, and you could see where the walls were, where there were stairs at one time. But I got several things about being murdered, being killed. I even got one when I was going into the elevator, and it says, whack 'em. And it's one of those old elevators. You got to pull the big iron doors together, then you got to reach up and grab the whatever that grating is and pull that down. And when I did that, the elevator went by itself. And going over to the EVPs, the guy says, where to? You know? After I got in there and took us up, and upon leaving that night, all four of us we brought a kid with us, a 17-year-old that don't believe in God. You know, he's got a negative attitude. And when he left there, he was a believer. Because when we were leaving, we got in that elevator, and it wouldn't. You close the doors, and the kid says, all right, take us up to the second floor, please. And the elevator went by itself. The video of all their faces, priceless, you know, priceless. Yeah. Jaws dropped down, they're all looking. I I just turned and looked in the corner of the elevator because I was in it earlier that night and it went by itself, and I had just a bad feeling in that thing. But yeah, what I would do if I was you guys, man, I would get a digital recorder and sit down and ask. You know, I get people always say, "Why you got to do it at nighttime?" Well, the fact for doing it at nighttime is it's quiet. You know, there's not a lot of people out, they're not driving. People bring their dogs in, the kids aren't playing. You know, if we're out in an area where, you know, there's no one around, a farmhouse or something, or a big building, you know, an industrial building, and we're in the center of it, you can't hear nothing from the outside, you know. But you could we do some stuff in the daytime. Like I could sit here right now and probably set the recorder on and have you ask some questions and probably get some answers too. But I would do that. I mean, if you're experiencing things, you know, you find some of your personal property in other places. We've had things in this apartment. For God's sakes, a big coaster that you would put a frying pan on. You know, we had a couple decorative pieces on our table, and we got up in the morning, one was gone, and it's just me and the wife. And it's like, I didn't take it. Why would I take it? But yeah, we have stuff that disappears. Yeah, it's someone trying to get your attention. I would do that. I would seriously do that, man. Invest the $45, I think it is, and see what you got going on.
Alrighty. I don't have any more questions now, honey, so I'll let you go back to it. I appreciate you letting me talk to you.
Yeah, check out the website, Carol, and listen to some stuff.
I'm at the website now.
Yeah, make sure you put headphones on. You know, because we don't enhance nothing. Everything we do is raw, you know.
Yeah.
We don't, because when you enhance things, you know, you start to manipulate. And then the skeptic can say, oh, well, you enhanced it and this and that. So we let that up to our fans and viewers. You know, if they want to take it and download it and see what they can do, they have at it. But what we put on there is just, it's raw. It's my name. It's my initials, raw. But yeah, use headphones. Check it out. And drop a line.
All right, I sure will. Thank you very much.
Nice talking to you, Carol.
You too. Bye, honey.
Bye. So, Rick, you don't have anything on your website that's, you charge for? Everything's for free, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like none of your EVPs or articles or...
Oh, no. No, man, everything on there is for the public, and my wife's got a page going that if any team wants to advertise on our site, you know, because we believe in unity, man, you know, we'll share and help out any way we can. You know, a lot of teams out there, they're stuck on themselves, and they don't give out no information, you know, they won't help you. You know, and my wife goes and checks who sends stuff in. That goes for radio stations, too. You know, and she'll put your site up on there. But, yeah, we don't charge for nothing. I mean, we hardly ever even get offered any money for road trips. You know, like a 7-hour one-way ride in a hotel for a couple days, and that all comes out of the pocket. That's out of the pocket. But it's about, you know, finding the truth, man. That's what it's about.
Okay. So, how far do y'all travel?
Well, as far as we need to right now. You know, we got Carrie in our group. She's like a veterinarian, so her time off is limited. My wife, she's disabled, and you know her time is whenever. And we go out and wherever we can. You know, whoever needs us, whoever let us in. And a lot of places, you know, they want to charge you. We did the Canyon City, Colorado. We went up there. That's like 4-hour ride, but we did the women's prison. It's a museum now. And you heard women screaming. Bloody hell, man. Just screaming. You swear there was someone in the building. And that's on the website under Canyon City, the museum, women's museum prison. We picked up some crazy stuff there. The guards walking with their keys. You can hear their keys. You can hear them walking. They did the last lynching of the state of Colorado was done there. And they had the noose in a glass case, you know, on the wall, leaning against the wall. And we picked up high EMF whenever you got close to that noose. You know, you go away from it, There's nothing on the walls, no electric anywhere. But you put that EMF meter up to it, and it's pegging out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the shows, too. Yeah, we got we got 6, 7 shows on there. You know, the thing with trying to put together a show is you got to have a producer with a production camera. You know, you got to have someone that has that programming to be able to do it. Because when we first started, a guy was with us, John, which went his own way for his own reasons, but he was putting it together just using Windows Media Player, and, you know, it was something. But now, you know, we got guys do the graphics, and we went up so much since, you know, we started getting real filming guys, you know, from the local schools here.
Right. Okay. Well, are you usually available for speaking engagements like symposiums or conferences?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I was busy, you know. I mean, I broke my back. I had spine surgery 2 years ago. That took me out for over a year and a half. So we were kind of staying close to home and minimum stuff. But now that, you know, everyone's getting healthy, and when I have you, you know, that's when we're going to start hitting them seminars, them, what do they call those things, man? Paracons? I think that's the right word.
Yeah, Paracon. Actually, I've had Robbie Hall on. He's almost always at these Paracons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever met him yet or not.
No.
Okay. So,
yeah.
How far are you set up to travel to go to one of these conferences if somebody asks you?
Well, it's all about the finances.
Yeah, that would be my situation as well.
It's all about the finances. I mean, if it's someplace that, you know, it's 1,500 miles away or so, you know, you got a choice of driving, and that's, you know, round trip. You're looking at, you know, 3 days round trip driving, because I just can't drive that far anymore, you know, without getting tired and crap. But I got to get investors. You know, I'm at the point now where we're going to start advertising for having commercials. And, you know, that money would go towards the team. And that would give us that extra edge. So if someone has something going on, and like I said, we're in Denver, Colorado, someone has something going on over, say, in Massachusetts, and we got the money, on the plane we go, you know?
Okay.
It's about the funds. You got to have the money. You know, if I won the lottery, dude, then I'd be all over this damn place. I'd be all over, and everybody would know who I am, because I would hit every conference there was, every Paracon that they have, and, you know, I like to get across overseas. I got a lot of friends there with the castles, you know, that's got more history than what we have, you know. But, you know, being in Denver and, you know, the gold rushes that they had, the Wild West, you know, all that stuff, the Indians, the burial grounds, and they're constantly finding Indian burial grounds, and they're building stuff here, coming across bones and all that land, you know, that's sacred. You can't build on it, yet they do. And then they have issues. They always have issues.
Okay. All right. Well, exactly what kind of things does you and your team have going on right now?
Right now, we got in the works. We have I believe 2 personal private homes. We got a restaurant down the street. We got that big secondhand store that we got, and there's a couple other buildings that aren't lined up yet, but from the new guy that we got that's going to be doing filming with us, he's got the inside on that. He said he'd get the keys anytime. He's just waiting for okays. You know, unless someone calls in. You know, if someone calls us and they got kids, we go there that night. So if we got to work the next day, you know, we're going with 0 sleep. You know, when it comes to kids, you know, we're on it instantly, because it's the kids that are innocent, man. Their souls are open, and they're the ones that are affected the most by it. You know, when you get older and stuff happens, it's, you know, you look at your medication. Is it the right medication? Am I witnessing this stuff? That was a joke. That was a joke, Royce.
I don't think I quite got it, but I guess I'm not had enough coffee yet today.
No, I got Red Bull going, man. I mean,
oh, it requires Red Bull to get it. I got you.
Oh, get me going. The Red Bull's getting me through this. I mean, because I woke up this morning, wasn't feeling too good. You know, I took Friday night off to have a few cocktails and watch the new episode, and yeah, one thing leads to another. But hell, man, it'd be a good way to make a living if you had the money to do it. You know,
right? It takes a lot of money, though.
It's a lot of money. I mean, let's see, 2 years ago I went and spent close to $7,000 for the equipment that we have. You know, which is a nice chunk of change to get everything you need as far as like the DVR equipment and the cameras and all the lights and everything that you need. Everything you need.
Well, I don't even have that kind of money to spend.
Yeah, they said once I get I'm gonna go like they got John Elway dealerships here. Okay, our shows we're on GTN Network on Thursday nights. There's no less than 40,000 views on Thursday nights for that show. And PEN, that stands for, oh God, I'm on the spot, Paranormal Encounter Network. That's a sister station from GTN. We're on there Friday nights. And our shows run 24/7. So any commercials we put in there is constantly being run. Worldwide people are seeing this. And that's what I got to do as far as getting money in for the team is I got a good contract signed, and they pay, I forget, I had the numbers down somewhere on paper, but, for a commercial on like a network station, you got a certain amount of hours, certain days that they'll run it, for so much money. And, to have something running 24/7, that's one hell of a deal.
It sounds like it'd be a good deal. So,
yeah.
At GTN and their Paranormal Encounters, they allow their hosts to keep their advertising revenue?
Oh, yeah. They don't, some of these stations charge you to put a show on. They'll charge me if I want to be in a show. I got to pay them to be on there. I don't pay nobody to do nothing. If you like me and you want me, GTN saw some of our stuff and wanted to sign, and those are great people, Richard and Teresa Parnell, great people. We'll be coming to see them and do an investigation with them down there in Missouri or somewhere in the southern states down there. But they don't charge you, they help you. And it's all, you sign a contract, but if something comes up, they don't tie you down to it and take you to court and screw with you. If you can't do it, you can't do it. That's fine. They'll fill that spot. We got blessed when we got that spot. They started us off at a half an hour, and after we got a film guy, and he's putting together like, you should, we got the hour spot. So we got hour shows on there. But, yes, a lot of them, like I said, I think GTN is either 6 or 7 in the world, and that's, there's thousands of stations on the internet. And these guys, they had their Emmy Award show, where the viewers call an email, whatever, for the vote, whatever team. And it was really cool, man. I mean, I love that station. Those guys are their family. Their family, GTN. Ghost Television Network. Check them out. They had all kinds of shows on there. Radio shows and groups. They got it all there. It's good people. It's a good way of getting spread around.
Now, as far as an EVP recorder, really that's technically nothing more than a recording device. Like if your cell phone records, you can use that. If your computer records anything, you can, set it to record what's live. Like you got a microphone for your computer, for example. You can use that to record an EVP. Anything at all that will record. Is that correct?
Yeah. Even cassette players. The thing about technology is that you got to get it to your computer to get it on that program. To clip it and put it to your desktop, to put to your website, or to put on your Facebook or your email to your friends. You got to be able to get that to your computer. Where cassette players, I don't know what kind of adapters they got now to switch it over to go to a computer. But cell phones, same thing. I mean, I guess you could email it to yourself. You know, that's why I just use a digital recorder.
Well, okay. Like in my wife's case, she's got Bluetooth, and she can just hook up to her computer through her Bluetooth and, you know, zap it right over, drag it. I've got a wire that I can just hook up to my computer and just drag it. So, you know, the wire to run from your cell phone to your computer if you don't have Bluetooth is really but about $10.
Right. And, you know, talk about the computer, you just punch in a recorder if you don't know where it's at in there, and it's just like the digital wave, you know. It's got the same effect. At least mine does. I got a HP, and I could do it on, leave my mic running, and I could pick stuff directly on. It'll run forever. You know, if I want to leave it for the weekend, I can let it run forever. Well, just like these digital recorders, you know, you get like a 1,200 hours that you let it run for. You know, I would not want to have to go through a lot of. Well, you know, when you're going over the audio, 15 minutes is like an hour. It takes like an hour to do 15 minutes because you got to listen to it. When you hear something, you got to, you know, box it out, and you can stretch it out, and you can see the wavelength, you know, and you listen to make sure it's not someone outside. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt to go over that. You know, I used to look forward to doing that stuff. These days, you know, it's like, man, I got to go through 10 hours of this. That's going to take me 5 days, you know, of constantly going over this stuff.
Okay.
It's about having time.
Well, I was telling somebody a few minutes ago or earlier that cell phones are, I think, in my opinion, great for doing EVPs when you're on the run because they're so portable. You keep them in your pocket. You're going to have one anyway, and you know what I'm saying? It just saves you from carrying bulky stuff.
Yeah. I mean, my cell phone I got is a basic cell phone, and it's actually bigger than my digital recorder.
Oh.
Yeah. I got the cheap Samsung thing, but I got this one because every phone I drop breaks, and $350 a pop. This is a freebie. I'll keep the freebies.
Well, I can definitely understand that. I've got one of those HTC Freestyles, and my wife has a Samsung, but hers doesn't sound as big as yours.
Yeah, mine's smaller than myself. It's that's my goal. You know, I got them all numbered. You know, 1 to 5. Mine's number 3. And you know, when I do recordings, I don't set my recorder down. I have it in my hand all the time because I feel that's like it's an antenna. I'm an antenna, and
that's an interesting concept I never heard before.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have, if I set the DVR system up, I don't have sound on those cameras, so we'll tape a digital recorder to it, and then, you know, do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit the record button so we can match it up when we're going over it. But I get all my EVPs when I hold my recorder. When I hold it, you know, it's like a magnet. I mean, you gotta go over to the website or watch the show and listen to the evidence, you know, the EVPs we get to really understand what I'm talking about. You know, it's that's, like I said, that's the bread and butter is the EVPs. We picked up, like I said, had an anomaly floating around the back of Carrie's head. The last investigation, we were picking up what looked like 4-foot pieces of hose. It was like a streak, 2 of them at one time. Like they were chasing each other, but we didn't get it on film, you know. The camera's got to be at the right place at the right time, you know. You got a camera guy. Yeah. You got a camera guy that's, you know, got the camera on you while you're doing your thing, and behind him some shit's happening, you know, and you can't swing around to catch it because it's not going to be there no more, you know. Like in my apartment, my wife had a training thing for a new girl that wants to be on the team, and we hooked up 2 cameras on the DVR and wasn't recording. And I was looking at it. I had it on. I was looking at it. This was like a week ago, and I saw a 4-foot-high shadow walk right behind me, past my TV set. You know, I turned around. I didn't see it, but when I was sitting here looking at the other flat screen that the DVR was on, you know, because I could see balls of softball side, balls is light, and my cats chase them. You know, they run into the wall because they fly into the wall. The cats are seeing them. I'm seeing them. That's not dust. You know, that's somebody, because they play with the cats. The cats will actually freak out. They'll both be like they're playing with someone, and they'll both hiss and take off running. You know, and they'll get to one spot, and they see something, and it's like they're being chased, and they'll take off somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like something that's worth watching. Because you get it really entertains you watching the cats crash into everything. Well,
you know, the thing is, you can see the ball of light that comes out of the one wall or the bedroom. Like, this is so active, this apartment, man. I mean, I never got to leave the house to do an investigation, but, you know, I mean, we're going to be doing this one. This is a part of one of them. We'll have like 3 or 4 different houses on one show, you know, 15 minutes for each location. But this apartment's going to be one of them. Because we even had Carrie come over, and I told her about all the stuff we got going on. And she was amazed, you know, and you know, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain this. You know, I wish I was getting paid for this, too. I'd be a real lot happier. I mean, so much happier. I have so much more time on my hands.
Yeah, I imagine what you're doing is probably pretty time-consuming. I don't get to actually do it myself, although I think we've had some activity around here. If I did it, would just be in the house. But I was going to mention to you a few minutes ago that it sounds like you know where the biggest part of the hot spots in Littleton are, paranormal hot spots. Have you ever thought about doing tours?
We just were talking about that the other day because since all this stuff happened, I've been 7 times, which isn't a lot, but, you know, 7 times I've been, people recognize me. Okay, I signed 2 autographs and they had a picture taken with someone. But, I lost my track of thought there. Hell, man, see what happens Friday night?
He had a brain fart.
Okay. I'm back. But anyway, some of these people are asking, hey, man, do you guys take people with you? So we're gonna start a thing, you know, so much per person. But the only problem with that is that when you go, you know how hard it is to get into places? A lot of places will not let you go. They don't want nothing to do with it, you know. But I tell them, I said, look, I've been sent here from God to, you know, to help you out in what you got going on here. And we get in, you know, but to bring people in brings up the question from the homeowners, not homeowners, but the property owners, like, okay, this guy said, you know, they got a team of 4, yet they got 9 people, and what's going on? You know, they're making money, and I'm not. You know, they're on my property, and they're putting money in their pocket. That's what I see happening. You know, unless you set something up with the business, the company, whatever they got, and tell them, you know, 50-50 split. You know, we're going to be bringing people in, and if they're good with that, because a lot of places want you to have insurance. You know, you got to have liability insurance, and I got my own company, so I got workman's comp, which will cover, you know, someone if they get hurt. But a lot of places require that you have insurance to do it. You know, especially older buildings, like we go up to Blackhawk, up in the mountains, and that's early 1800s, them buildings. And the windows are only like 6 inches off the floor. You know, that's how they built them back then. And they won't let you unless you got the proper insurance, because they don't want you to trip and go through a window, you know. It's not like you got the windows now 3 feet, 4 feet off the ground. These are almost on the floor. That's how they built them back then. You got to have that insurance.
Yeah, insurance does seem to be a big issue with everybody wanting to go lawsuit happy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, just think of this. If you got a real active place, right, and something happens to somebody, you know, say they're going by the stairs and so they get pushed down the stairs, you know, and they break a bone, or they go into a antique vase, you know, that's worth $300,000 or whatever. You know, who's going to pay for that? You know, there's going to be a lawsuit. So we got paperwork, you know, for people to sign, releasing them, you know, from any liability. The people that are with us have to sign paperwork that they're doing this. They're responsible for anything that happens. So we cover our butts too.
Right, and that's what everything is really all about when it comes to the insurance, is covering the old hiney.
Yeah. Well, it makes everybody more at ease, because you do get physically attacked. We've all got scratched in the apartment here. My wife, myself, my daughter. When stuff like that happens, if it's serious, say I come to your house and something happens and it's like, well, I'm going to sue him. It's like, what is that about? So that's why we cover our butts with that paperwork.
So does your daughter go on ghost hunt or, paranormal research work with you?
My middle one was going until that demonic house that we had, with that Pazuzu guy that choked me out. That was the last one because she was never baptized. Therefore, her soul's exposed, But she kind of got freaked out over some stuff, too, and doesn't really want to be part of it because, when you're dealing with the next level, how could you fight something you can't see, Royce? You can't do it, You can't do it, and for the most part, like when you get in EVPs, you don't know if they can really see you, I think we picked up some EVPs, where you at or something.
That very well may be. I've never actually had the experience myself. I do know that I've heard some people had some bad experiences, and I've seen teams on TV, some of them, I think it was Paranormal Extreme or one of those, would actually go in there and challenge a ghost to scratch them or, attack them. And I didn't think these people were showing good judgment at the time.
Right. Well, that's what we do. We go in there like the Marines, bro. We're going there to get answers. With all due respect to those that are still there. I mean, like I told you, I got people that wrote me to burn in hell, that I suck. That if they were a spirit, they wouldn't say nothing to me. And I write them back, look at the website and tell me what I'm doing is wrong.
Okay, so you don't never feel like you're placing yourself or your team in danger when you do this?
Well, I place myself in danger because that's what I'm meant to do, I'm a modern-day warrior, Back in the old days, like I was telling this one guy, when man got on 2 feet, they would fight. They would use their hands, and eventually one picked up a rock, smashed the skull, and said, I could take him out this way, and someone figured out to throw that rock. Times have changed, We're modern-day warriors is what we are. We go in there looking and hoping that we would get attacked, because that's the ultimate evidence. That's the ultimate proof, That's what we look for, bro. I mean, no one forces anyone to come with us. That's why I said before why they want to go, is their deal. Like, like your wife was saying that her aunt died in the house or what not have you. My wife, when she was a kid, well, she's back now. You want to pull a chair up? Yeah, Margie got back with her car. It's running great. But I'll let her tell you the story about when she was a kid and what happened here. Why I take a little potty break. Here's Margie, Royce.
Okay.
Hi, Royce. How you doing?
Hi, Margie. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be here.
You sound kind of like you're in the distance.
No, I'm right here.
That was a little better.
Yeah, I didn't have my head up to the microphone.
Well, okay. You want to tell us about this little story your husband was mentioning?
Oh, yeah. When I was 8 years old, I was a Catholic and everything, and I was 8 years old, and I didn't know what was going on. We had a good life, so I went upstairs to my room, laid down to take a nap, and in that nap, I dreamt of a little girl that looked just like me, but she had something wrong with her arms. And she told me, this man led me to her, sat me down in a room with toys, and I sat down, and she said she was my sister, Marion. And she looked just like me. And I said, I have no sister, Marion. And she says, yes, I'm your sister, and I'll always be with you. Well, we played, we talked, and the guy said, it's time for you to leave now. So when I woke up from my dream that I thought I was dreaming, I ran downstairs and screamed to my mom, Mom, I have a sister. Her name's Marion. Where is she? I just talked to her. So my mom fell off the seat and ran me to the Catholic Church because at that time, my mother never told me I had a twin sister that died at 3 months old. She strangled herself in a crib. Okay, it was one of them old wooden cribs. And the priest told my mom, a Catholic priest told my mom that it was a vision that was meant to be, that I was going to go see, that my sister wanted to see me. Well, after that, I started, as I got older in my teens and stuff, I realized I had some gift that I could communicate with people, And there's other stories, and it goes on and on about what I've seen, what I've heard. And, but that was the worst part of me. How did I know? I never seen pictures of her. My mom never mentioned I had a twin sister or nothing. Never did I know that I had a twin sister that died. Now, how would I know that? Unless I dreamt about her, we talked, I knew she looked like me, and I even asked my mom, why is her hand crooked? Because she was born with a bad arm. Her arm was, bad, it was, not normal. It was shorter than itself, and it couldn't move that much. Now, after that, I was like, how did I know all this, I never heard of it. That was something that happened to me that I can't really ever explain, And now I seem like when we go out to investigate, I am children are very attracted to me. I mean, I have conversations with them, I'm talking to them, and I don't know that they're answering me until I come back with the recorder and listen that they were really answering me. They were talking to me. And basically children, So, that's why I'm into this. I feel like, I want answers of why. Why did this happen to me with my sister? Why is children attached to me? Why do people talk to me? I try to help them. Some of them are asking me for help. Some of them tell me to help me, I was told I love you. I was told I hate you. I was told mean things, rotten things. They call me names. So there's people out there that want to communicate with me, and I want to help them. So that's what I do as part of the team, is to help and try to understand, so I can still understand why I had this dream. Till today, I don't understand why yet. Right.
Well, are you still in touch with this sister?
I haven't communicated with her since then because I never really thought about it or tried. I do communicate. I have communicated with my dad, and I got some responses on him. So I can communicate with my dad. I can say that. And I guess it's just because I'm open. I'm open to it. Ever since that happened to me, I've been open to things like this. And until someone experiences something like this, there's so many skeptics. Until they experience something, then they'd understand.
Right.
Once that door is open, it never closes.
Yeah.
Right.
Once that door is open, it stays open.
So, I've just got to ask you, because your husband and me were just talking about how he calls the ghost out and challenges them to attack him. Does this part of the investigation or research ever scare you?
Yes, I can't say no because, yes, I do get scared. I don't see anybody that doesn't get scared. There is some kind of fear in everybody, you get shocked, you get spooked, you get, jolted.
Especially if you get a response.
Yeah, or someone that pulls my hair. We did one in Cripple Creek where I had a spirit go right through me. They had a meter on me and the temperature went 10 degrees colder in me than the wall. And it went right through me and knocked me over. Like it was running right through me. I felt nauseous, I felt dizzy, I felt confused, I felt anger, So I was scared after that. You
Well,
know?
it sounds like you got a lot of courage because you keep going in spite of it. In other words,
I'm not scared of even the mean people out there, because I feel that with God in me, and I think God was in me, God led me to my twin sister. I think that's what it was. That He's in me. So how are they going to hurt me? They can pull my hair. They can knock me over. But what else can they do? They scratch me. You know, they make me sick.
You ever experienced that, Royce? You ever experienced anything paranormal where it made you sick?
no, I haven't personally. I've done most of my research over the internet.
Yeah.
I was going to ask both of you guys, and I do apologize for talking over you. I didn't mean to.
Sorry.
But I was just wondering, do y'all have pictures of any scratches or anything like that on your website?
No, I don't, but I could put them on. I mean, we have me with scratches and his daughter Titi with scratches.
You got the pictures of my back, right?
I also got pictures of him with scratches.
And I said the other website, Royce, we had it all on there, and we switched providers, website.
Yeah, I built a better website and changed our name of our group. So all the stuff is on my old website, and I saved it, so I'd have to take it all off and put it on my new website.
Yeah.
Because I do the website. I do the website and all that.
Yeah, when you got something that goes through you, and it's the worst sick feeling. It's worse than any flu that you ever had. It is you just want to throw your guts up.
Yeah.
You feel weak.
Your heart races, your blood pressure, you feel cold, or when it happened to me, I felt hot, really hot. So.
It makes me lose all my energy. I got to get out of that building. We're in the Ouray. You got to check out the EVPs from there and the video from there, the show. But there, I got sick, and I went out of the building, and that didn't even work. I had to go across the street and get off the property before I started to feel better, because there was no way I could stay in there anymore.
Right.
It's bad feeling, man. It's bad.
Never, like I say, I had the experience myself. My wife, on the other hand, said when she was in Tennessee, she's in the chat room now, they went to a cemetery and she was taking pictures, and she had the same feelings, and she picked up shadows of people, and I've asked her if that was shadows of people or shadow people. Shadows of people that weren't there. That sounds to me more like shadow people. What about you?
I think it's the same. It has to
Well, okay, she said shadows of people that weren't there.
Yeah, that's still the same.
That sounds like a shadow person to me.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's an entity that you could see,
It sounds like you need to go surprise her, buy her a digital recorder, and just let her have that.
That is really funny, Rick, if you but only knew. Because we got a Finger Hut magazine in, and we were going through it. They were offering us $500 credit limit, and they had these new Vivitar camcorders for like $79 with all the whistles and bells. And I was thinking about getting her one of those, because she always goes to Tennessee and buys disposable camera after disposable camera. You got to pay for the camera, then you got to pay for developing and da-da-da. And I was trying to get out of all that extra money.
I wouldn't get it at Finger Hut. Finger Hut has very cheap stuff. I've dealt with Finger Hut for many years, and I had to return many products. Their products that's why they're so cheap. Because it's the cheapest products they get from the cheapest warehouses there is.
She's in the process right now. We had a storefront, so to speak, where we got shirts and everything for sale, but she's in the process of putting, what are you putting on there?
I'm putting paranormal teams on. That if the thing is if they let us on, if they put us on our show, then they can, on their website, we'll put them on our website. Yeah. Radio stations, if you talk to us and you let us on your show, then you give me the information and I'll put your radio show on. And my store is up now, but I will be putting gear on. That means it's going to have recorders, cameras, everything, and it's going to be from a good warehouse that you can afford, that are good products.
Right. Now, he showed me your products in your store, and if you'll look up at the top of the webpage when you're at Paranormal Truth, you'll see a link that says Paranormal Store, and click on that, it'll show you everything that's there. But, yeah, I was going to get her that there camera, and then I figured out that if I did get it, she wouldn't have used it because she wants to have the picture that develops that you put in your picture album, in other words. So, it's a good thing, but I just thought it was strange that he would say that right when I had just been thinking about it the day before.
Well, they have cameras that you can hook up to a printer and automatically, it's real small, it's for a digital camera, and it prints out every picture from a digital camera.
Yeah, you print them out and put them in the book then.
Well, yeah, then you're printing out a printer paper copy. She wants the regular laminated, you know what I'm saying?
It comes out as regular pictures. It's picture paper.
It's picture paper. Like you get when you go to a print store and print out pictures, they give you a supply of picture paper that professionals use, and it comes out of the camera, goes onto the paper, and it's pictures. It's regular pictures that you can get developed anywhere.
But this costs a lot of money for the ink for it or the paper?
No, it's reasonable.
What you want to get is something high speed. You know, and the cameras now, they fit your top shirt pocket.
Nothing lower than 10 pixels is good.
Yeah, you get something with high speed, and then she can take her pictures and, you know, just print them out, put them in a scrapbook. But if she's going to be taking pictures around the house, she might be able to catch something. You know, they got stuff in the house that's her jewelry's missing. And she's
you can hook the camera right to the machine, and it prints it out right from the camera. And they're reasonable, very cheap.
Just go digital, bro. It's a digital age.
Yeah, it is the digital age. Myself, I'd prefer to go digital. It's just getting my wife to be willing to change. You know, some people just aren't so open to change.
You gotta go with the changes, man. Roll with the punches, roll with the changes.
I don't know if I have you on my webpage, but if you send me the information, I could put your radio show on my webpage to get you some people to you.
Okay, yeah. I thought I did, but maybe I meant to send it to you and I forgot. Who knows?
I don't think you did. What's the name of your radio station?
Paranormal Palace Radio.
It's a redneck guy.
I don't know if it's on there. You'd have to check the webpage.
No, it's not on there. I did check because I was looking at your other shows, but I thought I'd sent you the information, but, you know, I'm the kind of guy sometimes if I plan to do something for long enough, later on I'll think I actually done it even though I never did because I've thought about it for so long it ingrained.
No, if you would have sent it to me, I'd put it right on.
Yeah, that was probably one of those things I just thought about until I convinced myself.
Well, write it down on a piece of paper like I do.
Okay. Well, maybe after the show I can send you the link.
Yeah, and I'd put it right on for you. You'll be right there because we get some really big hits, and as soon as I get the advertisements out, we're going to be getting hit about triple the amount when I'm done.
Oh, cool. That sounds nice. And I'll make sure that I do that. And I asked your husband if you had a banner you could send me, and I never got that.
Oh, yeah, I got a banner made up I sent to everybody. It's a special banner. I make my own stuff up.
Well, if you'll send me that banner, I got a friends page and a radio's favorite page. I could post it to one of those two pages. I guess the radio page, since you got a radio show, you know, that so people will know that come to my site will know.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that to everybody. Just let me know, and then you do the same thing, and tell your friends if they want to put their shows on, send me the info.
Yeah, everyone that's listening to this, check out the site, man. We got cool shirts. Be part of our family. Join the PRT group.
Yeah.
All right, we're all warriors for God. If you believe in that, you know, a certain percentage will go to charities. We haven't got the charities. Which charities we're going to pick out?
I'm going to pick out a charity of St. Joseph Hospital here in Colorado because I had cancer and they did my surgery for free. So I feel that a lot of women need that. So I'm going to be putting them as one of the charities, Women's Charity, Cancer Charity.
Yeah. So
I'll be doing something on behalf of them. But as my store goes, I don't have a middleman. I get all of our stuff local, and the reason why is because that's why our shirts are so cheap.
Yeah.
Not reasonable and good quality, because it's all local and I don't have no middleman trying to make money off us.
Yeah, if you check other sites, other teams, other shows, the shirts are almost twice what the stuff that we got.
Yeah.
You know, and now I just spreading the word of love and being part of the team. But you're also helping out, like she says,
our local stores.
Women's cancer thing, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And our local stores too, you know. You always got to support your local stores.
So, you guys got any recommendations for the listeners about what is some of the best equipment they can use for paranormal research?
Well, first of all, the main thing is a recorder. And you got to make sure you get a recorder that will do not just MP3s, but of everything. There's two different kind of recorders that you can get. One just does MP3s, which is hard for every computer, even if you have an old one. You always want to get one with a USB and computer thing, too, because a lot of them don't come with that. You have to make sure it has a USB connector on it so you can connect it to your computer. And the best ones that I use is the Olympics because they work the best.
Yeah, and then, you know, as far as cameras, it's all your choice on what you want to spend. I mean, you think if you're going to be in total darkness, you got to see where you're going. You know, you don't want to be walking around with flashlights because you'd be surprised what you see in the dark. But you want to get something with night vision.
Now, all my gear is going to be coming from Amazon. Amazon has a lot of warehouses, and they're 100% guaranteed, refundable, and everything. Amazon is the biggest store or warehouse out there where you can get anything, and their prices are really reasonable, you know, really cheap, and you can get refurbished ones, new ones, but all my gear is going to be coming from companies through Amazon. So that way everyone's guaranteed for a refund if it doesn't work or a returnable or a new one. So, and if you heard of Amazon, you know that they're really good. It's a really good place where to get gear from.
Right, well, Amazon's a good place to get a lot of things from. I've been shopping with them online for several years now, and I've only had like one problem, you know, as far as getting products or merchandise to me. And well, they deal with a lot of retailers, so I guess you couldn't expect them to be perfect.
No, you're gonna get a mistake once in a while, you know. You can't. No one's perfect, you know. And Amazon is the best place to get anything. You can get anything in the world through Amazon, and they have their retailers, and they got guarantees and all that. So that's why the only one I'm going to deal with is Amazon, and everything else is, I don't want no third-party, second-party stores like half of these teams have because their prices are outrageous. And then the third party, second parties are making money off you. Why should they make money off you when you're trying to make money yourself?
Yeah, but the most important thing is for all these people that are going to be doing this, they want to do it, they're going to want to start a team. Remember, think about what you're getting into. You're getting into a different realm of life. You're not taking you and your four buddies and going and playing softball against, you know, some other people. You're dealing with things that you can't see, things that you can't fight.
Yeah, I always recommend to go do the research before you become a paranormal investigator. Do your research first, and then you move from there.
Just be careful what you do. Careful what you ask for, because you just might get it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Careful what you ask for. And I asked for it all. We all ask for it all.
I don't believe in a Ouija board. That's one thing we don't believe in. We don't mess with that.
We go in, and not to say, you know, like it says, everyone's got their own personality, everyone's got their own techniques. I'm the asshole of the group, you know. I'm the one that's obnoxious, you know.
Oh, so you're the boss.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the one that wants to I'll take the role before. If anything's going to happen, let it happen to me.
I'm the nice one that's not as scared, and then we have the shy one. So we have a mean one, a nice one, and a shy one.
Yeah, we're trying to get the shy one, Carrie. We're going to try to get Carrie to get her wife to come, and you know, it's nothing but women here. And our cameraman Sean, I want to see if maybe he'd get, you know, one of his male friends to join us and see if that, you know, has an effect on getting some more evidence. You know what I'm saying? Did you catch all that?
Yeah, I did. I was just noticing that somebody in the chat room appeared to be having trouble hearing the show. They asked if it was over, and I'm like, well, the show's not over. We're talking. So she disappeared, so I'm thinking that she probably couldn't hear. Maybe she had trouble getting the player to work. However, getting back to the topic at hand, I was just kidding with you a minute ago, Rick, when I said what I did about You're the Boss. It's an old joke I heard about the day the body parts got together and had a big argument about who was going to rule and, you know, why the head thought it should rule, why the hand thought it should, why the foot thought. And then the asshole just closed up, and when nobody could breathe anymore, they let the asshole be the boss. And the moral of the story was you don't have to, you know, in order to be a boss, all you have to do is be an asshole, in other words. And she had just said you were an asshole, so I thought going with that joke, it would fit, in other words.
Well, I am, man.
There is another saying, though. If mama ain't happy, nobody happy.
There you go.
Okay, that's the main thing, and someone that you know and I know told me that, okay? And he said, if mama ain't happy, nobody happy. And I said, you are right.
Have you watched any of the shows, Royce?
Where you broadcast yours at? Not yet.
Yeah, you'll see the way we do things. You know, like I said, some people might go under real mellow and they ask, you know, our way of doing investigating and getting results and the answers is totally different than anything you see. You know,
right.
Shows.
We don't act. We don't put on a show. We don't use Ouija boards. We don't use fake stuff.
We don't look pretty.
We don't have to worry about fixing our hair or long nails or dressing real nice. We just go in as ourselves, and that's
right.
why we got so far. And our viewers gave us an Emmy for that, you know, because they liked the way we are.
Natural.
You know,
natural, and we attack, dude.
Right.
Well, I'll be honest with you, you guys. It'll be hard for me to listen to too much of anybody's show because of time constraints. I'm a one-man operation over here running my show, so that means I have to look for my guests. I have to schedule my guests. I have to check out their material. They send me books, and I've been like 10 books behind on reading at a time. I have to post the show. I have to promote the show. I conduct the show. I have to archive the show. So with all of this going on, it gets very hard, you know, to actually do other things, in other words.
I understand, because with our team, I'm the web designer. I am the advertiser. I am lead investigator. I train people that need to be trained. I'm the orderer. I'm everything.
What's the Twitter thing? How do you follow us on Twitter?
Twitter is the same thing. Paranormals Raw Truth on
right,
Twitter.
So you follow us on there too. Hit us up there.
Right. Yeah, and I do use Twitter. I've got it set where anything I post to my Paranormal Palace radio page over at Facebook automatically gets posted to, the other.
To the Twitter?
Yeah, to Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, you can put
anything I post to YouTube, any videos, shows up at Facebook.
Yeah, you can direct them all at once. Your Facebook to your even your Skype, your YouTube, everything can go to Twitter automatically. Twitter. I always call it Twitter, but it's Twitter, ain't it?
You tweet or you twit?
But you can all hook them all together, you know, and what I'm trying to do is also hook our website to Twitter, where anything comes new on our website will go to Twitter too, you know. There's a way to do that. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my shows to broadcast live at iTunes like they did when I was at Blog Talk Radio.
Well, that's not hard to do. You just have to give them, you got to write them and let them give you a link. And when you get this link, they will automatically put you into their system, and then it'll automatically do it. You got to ask them for a special link. Once you get that link, you put it onto your link, how you connect, you know, to something.
Right.
And then they'll automatically put you in, and then you put it on, and it'll automatically go to iTunes. But you got to email them, request for information on how to do it, and they'll give you the answer.
I think you have to make an XML file that I don't know how to make also. I'm not sure.
They're not hard. And if you contact them and let them know what you're trying to do, they will help you. They will help you all the way.
Yeah, I haven't contacted them.
Yeah,
I mean, I went there and read their FAQs, but I haven't actually talked to them.
Yeah, you have to communicate with them. If you don't communicate with them, then you're not going to get nowhere. They'll help you through the whole process. That's how they are.
Well, when I was at Blog Talk, somebody must have did that for me, or Blog Talk does it, because I used to get like 20, 30,000 listeners just at iTunes alone, and another 20 or 30,000 at Blog Talk. So I was getting a lot of listeners.
Yeah, Blog Talk does it itself.
Oh, that would explain it.
Yeah.
But I left Blog Talk when they started charging.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't need to be charged. If you contact them yourself, then you cut out the middleman. Like I don't believe in the middleman, and you cut out and do it yourself, then you won't need no one.
Okay. I was going to ask you guys, though, do y'all have anything coming up in the near future you would like to tell my listeners about?
Yes, we got a meet and greet coming on where we're going to have a 54-inch screen, laptops, our DVR, and hopefully the local paper and the news crew will be there. We're trying to schedule them in. It's a meet and greet right at a Halloween place, so that way everybody going in, it'll give the local business publicity, and plus everyone will get to know us. And we also have 2 home investigations coming up next week. And there's 2 good ones. And I'm trying to get in contact with a sale asylum, hopefully next month.
That's a home away from home for me.
Yeah.
Get me in one of those.
So we're trying to get the meet and greets. We're going to be doing a meet and greets, 2 more investigations, home investigations, and a sale asylum. That's all going to be put on our web as it goes.
Yeah, just keep on. You guys are listening. Just keep join us, man. Friend us on Facebook. Join us on the website, and become part of the family, man. Because the way we do things, you guys will love it. And you never want to copy no one. You never want to try to be like no one. You got to be yourself. You got to be open, and you got to believe in what you're doing. And never be afraid to run.
Right.
Turn the flashlight on first before you start running.
It doesn't mean you're a chicken if you run. You're just, like I said, there's always a scared part inside you. You're always going to have a fright. You're always going to have fear, That's part of being alive.
I won't run unless there's a spider involved. If there's a spider, then I'm out of there. Thank you.
Well, I'm not real fond of spiders, mice, or snakes.
Me, I'm not afraid of any insect or anything. I think they're God's creation, and if you don't hurt them, they don't hurt you.
That's why I step on
That's how I feel.
That's why I step on them. There's God's creation. See it in another life.
Okay. So, y'all are going to be continuing to post what you do to the Ghost Show, right? And what you're doing is a TV show rather than a radio show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's internet TV, GTN, Ghost Television Network.
And in our future, we're trying to get on a TV channel. I'm working my way. Like me, I do all the connects, and I have 3 connects on Twitter that there's a possibility that we might be able to get on as a guest on television. Our paranormal team will be a guest on their show. Right now, I'm working with that through somebody through Twitter. Yeah.
That's the main goal, is to get to a major network.
Yeah.
When you do that, then it's called somewhat of a living, And you always want to do something in life that you like, Like I install floors, I love it, but I love this, and, the money talks, You get that money, then you get farther and deeper into it.
Well,
yeah, and the deeper you go, the deeper you have to go.
I have to make this short because I got a website to design and put some new EVPs and evidence on, so I don't have much time talking, but I'll let my husband finish up. And, Royce, you, send me your info, and I'll get you on my webpage, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot, Margin. I really do appreciate you taking your time to talk to us.
Oh, it's anytime. Anytime, Royce, and, it's good hearing from you.
Good to hear from you. Good to meet you.
Thank you.
Now I'm back.
Okay, Rick.
I got the captain's chair.
I was going to mention we got like 20 minutes left. If there's anything that you'd like to cover, I haven't thought to cover.
Well, I think I hit everything, man. I mean, if you got any questions or anything, I mean, I told you what we're about and how we do things, and the stuff we got is real. So if there's people that go check the website out, and if you don't believe in, there's a contact page. Contact us and write us. Tell us. If you're in the Denver area, contact us. We're always looking for someone to hook up with, take with us, go with them, whatever needs to be done, because it's all about sharing. Paranormal unity. You got to share, man. You can't hog, because people look for answers to try to cure cancer, and we look for the truth of life existing after physical death. And anyone that's going to do this, make sure that you're prepared for what might happen. And like I says, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it.
Now see, you and me gonna have a serious misunderstanding. You just plagiarized my work I've been using for 20, 30 years. Be careful what you ask me, for I might tell you. Now I can't claim it as my own anymore.
Oh, hell, it's yours. It's yours.
Well, I thought it was. I guess I was just full of the big head.
I think it was even in the song, isn't it? It's a Metallica song.
Is it? I didn't know that. Really, I didn't.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for well over 30 years. Thought it was really funny.
Yeah. Copyright that. What's that one guy, Get Her Done? He copyrighted that, so anyone wants to use it for commercials, got to pay him big money to use it. You want to use my turn, careful what you ask for, you might just get it.
Actually, I'll say before I might tell you, but still, same principle. But but it is true. You really do have to be careful what you ask for, because God, Jesus, or anybody could have a really naughty sense of humor.
Oh yeah. And I'll tell you what, Royce, if you ever out this way, man, or you want to take a trip, you get some vacation time, we'd be more than happy to take you and let you experience what we go through.
Take me out there and scare me and see if my hair grays?
That's why I shave my head. The only gray I got is on my beard.
No, actually, I have been on one ghost hunt here in Houston, and I was going to go on a overnight, pardon me, at the Spaghetti Warehouse here in Houston, and she ended up not having her people cancel out, because I was going to record the show live there that night. But the other guy I went with, we were out in the woods, and my allergies just flared up, and I ended up in the van trying to hide from the air that I couldn't hardly breathe.
That ain't no good, man.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind going on a ghost hunt. I was actually thinking while you were talking that I actually have a laptop, and if I wanted to go get one of those little flash drive internet connections you stick in your USB port, I could reasonably go out on ghost hunts and broadcast them live if I wanted to.
Yeah, well, let's see. If you got a good phone, which I don't have, I told you that, but if you got a good phone, the new phones, where they call them now, you could go on Skype on there and be talking on Skype on your phone, and maybe we'll set something like that up one night, because I know Carrie, she Skypes us off her phone and shows us where she's at. Maybe we could do that one night.
Oh, broadcast you while you're live?
Yeah, we'll do the Skype thing with her phone, but it's gonna be dark, because you won't be able to see, unless, we turn lights on or go into a lit area.
Right.
We can always try something like that.
Well, they do something on TV when you watch Paranormal States, so, and some of the other shows, so there's got to be a way. Oh, my wife also said in the chat room that it was nice to meet Marge.
Thank you.
So, is there any last-minute thoughts you got for the listeners? Uh-oh, did I lose him? Are you with me, Rick? I heard you, but you sounded like you was a ways away from the microphone. I'm having a little trouble hearing you. Something seems to have went wrong. Oh, wait, that's
Okay.
it.
There you go.
Thought I lost you for a minute.
No, here, check this out. The switch on my mic cord that's not by me got shut off, got muted. And I wasn't even touching it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of spooky.
Yeah. That's because you got to go and physically shut that thing off. That's why I was following the wire to see if I was plugged in, and the switch was muted, dude.
You know, that reminds me that there have been times that I've had to cough, that I would go to mute my microphone while the guest was talking and cough, and then I'd forget to unmute it.
Yeah. Don't get too far that way. But hey, as far as getting to the end here, everybody check out the website. Come on and visit us. Check out the shows. Contact us. You want to join part of our family, BTR family. We're recruiting. We're looking to spread the word. We got cool merchandise, and some of it's proceeds are going to help out cancer, women with cancer, and other stuff. But it's getting near Christmas time, and they make great gifts, man. We got everything: hoodies, hats, shirts. Drop a line, contact us.
And you also have a Facebook page, don't you?
Oh, yeah, we're on Facebook, too. Paranormals Raw Truth.
And you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, everything goes, Paranormals Raw Truth is YouTube.
Okay, and what about Twitter? How do they follow you there?
Paranormals Raw Truth is connected through our Facebook.
She said Paranormals Raw Truth on Twitter is connected through Facebook. But
Just like mine.
Yeah, if you go on our website, you can get it right on there, because there's a Twitter on there. There's buttons you can push, for things to click on to check out.
And there's links on your page to your TV show, right?
Yeah. There's a GTN. You just click on that, and it'll take you right to it. And Penn, you click on that one. They actually just run the reruns of what we do for GTN.
Right.
They're like a week or two behind, because in order to do two stations, two different, things going, no one's got time or money for that. Right. So the stuff that's on Penn, the sister station, is actually reruns from GTN.
Oh, okay.
So, just think of it this way, man. We want to recognize Emmy, for the number one team that they wanted to see worldwide. And the distance from third place to first place was over 50,000 votes. Second place was 100 votes behind our votes. So we won that award by 100 votes. Then 50,000 plus for everyone after that, of all the shows that were there.
Okay.
A lot of good people.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Respect to them all, and good luck in adventures, endeavors, and like I said, for all those new guys, be careful what you do, man. Make sure you check it out, and if you gotta believe in God, you gotta the light of God in you. No, I canceled. But anyway, I always, before I go in, I say a prayer, and I ask for angels to defend me, warriors. I ask for healers, so if anything happens to us, they can heal us. And I ask for angels that are communicators to communicate with those that are there, to have them come out and talk to us. I always ask for that. And upon leaving, I always tell whoever's in there, you cannot follow us, you can't go home with us, There's no car rides, and you got to stay here. Because we did an investigation where I asked the people there in our apartment, you know, you guys want to come with us on this? Come on. And I listened to the digital. You know, after we're done, I even asked when we got back, did you guys go with us? And I got a guy that said, yeah. You know, he went with us, and we think it's this guy, Michael. We get Michael all the time in his apartment. Because in every investigation we go, every building, just like it is in life, there's a strong person. There's someone that's stronger, you know. In cases where the kids are involved, where we hear children and they're asking for help, and then we don't hear them no more. Margie got a recording from the guy saying he kidnapped the kids, you know. And that's another rough thing, Royce, is when you got people that ask for your help, to help you, help.
Right. And, yeah, and I can imagine it's, you know, a heart tugger as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to mention to everybody, though, before we left, that your website was www.paranormalsrawtruth.com if you want to learn more. Now, I put your link in the chat room as well more than once so that people could click on it from there. And it's also under your show description, so if people want to, they can scroll down. Now, tomorrow, most likely, later today and tomorrow, I'll be moving your show off my front page to make room for the next show that's underneath it so I can move it up. And when I do, that's what I'll be doing is moving you to the archive, but your link will still be on the page in the archive, in other words.
All right. All right.
And I'll be sending you the links to all the places where I posted the show. You'll probably get 2 from Dead Emotion because you're only allowed to upload an hour at a time or 60 minutes at a time. So I had to split it in half for them.
Yeah, I'll send you a link that you could put on longer stuff.
Oh, I put on longer stuff at YouTube and Meet a Cafe. It's just Dead Emotion that's like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link that people could listen to this. Have Margie put it on the webpage, so people can click and hear that when they're on there visiting. Because since we've got the Paranormals Raw Truth up, which has been like 8 months, if that, we're over 50,000 views already, which is a lot for us being nobody and becoming somebody.
Right. No, that is.
And all we became is ourselves. Nothing's changed.
Well, that's what's good, though. As long as you don't change, then people know what to expect.
Yeah. But what you got to expect is it's not for little kids to watch because of language, you know, because, you know, I drop the F-bomb and get nasty. But that's all on the attempt to get a response, which is always there.
Okay.
So it's not recommended for little kids unless you want your kids to hear that.
I don't have any little kids anymore. My youngest just turned 18 in September, so I don't have any kids that's under arresting age. I told them, when you graduate school, you ain't going to get me in trouble, send me to court with you no more. You're going to go by yourself.
Oh, Lord, I'm going through that now. I got to get off that subject.
Doesn't make you feel at ease, does it?
No, not when you got to go to jail for your kid because they won't go to class. No.
That's exactly the one I was talking about, breaking curfew and not wanting to go to class.
Yeah, that's it.
I told my son the last time he did that, so help me God, because he wanted to blame the school, said the teacher wouldn't let him go to the bathroom. I said, I tell you what, I'm going to come down to that school, I'm going to bring a news crew, and I'm going to put this thing on the 6 o'clock news. Now, that school wouldn't do that. And if it comes out you're lying, it's going to be on the news that you lied too.
Yeah, I went through the exact same thing. You know, and I was going to go down there because, you know, I don't wear suits or nothing. I mean, you saw my picture, what I wear. It's basically, you know, I mean, when it's Christmas time, you know, when I used to have a full head of hair, and a big beard, black beard, and going through the mall at Christmas, and there's a million people, they would spread apart like the Red Sea just because of the way I looked. You know, and you're in line at a store, and you're in 12, and they say 13's open, and everybody goes to the bus to move, and they would see me going, and they all stop and let me go. I'm not a pretty guy, dude.
Yeah, I've been known to walk up to the register to pay for something. I'll be standing behind somebody, and they look up at me because I'm like 6'3", 6'3.5", and I'm just now getting down to 180. I was up to 320. Or 300, something like that. And he'd look up at me and say, if you weren't so doggone little, and he'd move out of the way and motion for me to take his place.
Yeah.
One guy looked up at me and said, what's your mama? Your mama pulled you out of the ground too soon.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, people do. They see if you look as ugly as I do, they go the other way.
That's how they do it. I mean, yeah, just so everybody, come on, man, check us out. Check us out and comment. Write us. We'll write you right back as soon as we can. We get your stuff, and you're going out to do this. Watch what you do and watch your back. I always carry holy water with me. We got sage if we need to, to get rid of unwanted spirits and let the good ones stay. Let them people hang out. But just watch what you do and don't ever copy nobody. It's got to come from in you. Be yourself. If something you feel like you got to say it. No matter if you got to scream, cuss, whatever. I've done some crazy stuff, and it's on video. It's on the shows. But that's me. That's who I am.
Yeah, and those shows are not streamed live. They're like in podcasts, right?
Yeah, we gotta put them together. I do. Everyone's supposed to do their own stuff. The camera guy does the film. We all go through our own digital recorders. Everyone goes through their own cameras. Because if you get a nice high speed camera, I'm telling you, these things are a 1/4 inch thick, by 3 by 3, and they take awesome pictures. But they're fast and they catch things.
Right.
But yeah. So when Margie gets that gear store up, then you click on there and get stuff cheap without any middleman or that kind of stuff. It's going to be all good, and hopefully that one day we'll hit a major network and they'll invest the money, and then you'll be seeing and hearing a lot more because we'll be able to do a lot more.
All right. Well, when that happens, come let me and my listeners know about it.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Believe me, everyone's going to know about it. Everyone's going to know when we get that Emmy in the mail, their crystal. And when I get that, everybody in the world that follows us is going to know that. Because it's going to be posted everywhere. Picture me on that thing.
Cool.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
an Emmy, dude. An Emmy. That's all I got to say. Actors, they work and they get their Emmys, and they use it for door stops. One guy was saying. But this is going to go in a glass case, along with all the other newspaper articles that was wrote about us, and all the other cool stuff I got on my wall, which we're getting ready to move out of this apartment. And when we do, you'll see what the office looks like. And you'll see that's some cool stuff, man.
You'll have something to talk about when people come in.
Yeah. If you come in now, all this stuff is packed, but around my desk here, there's article paper, clippings, I get the patches, there's flyers on the wall, pictures, all kinds of cool stuff. I even got my autographed Zach Wilde picture up here by the skeleton on the fence with the raven. You know who Zach Wilde is?
Actually, I had a friend that went by the name of Zach Wilde from Florida that I found out later was really just using the name Zach Wilde, and her real name was Sherry Anderson. And she did it because it seemed like nobody would take her serious as long as they knew she was a girl.
Yeah. But no, Zach's the master guitar player for Black Label Society. And he's a guitar wizard, and I got an autographed picture of him up here in a frame. Some of the little knickknacks. But, yeah, man, I'll keep you up to breast with everything, and hopefully, your viewers, they get a hold of us, and any help they need, just ask.
Okay.
We'll help you out the best we can with anything.
All righty. Well, with that note, why don't we move on with our prospective weekends? I need to get with my wife on tonight's supper, and I'm going to have kids getting back pretty soon. And we'll be in touch with each other in the meantime.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have you back in the future.
Sounds good, my friend. Had a good time. Had a good time.
Thank you, Rick. I enjoyed it, too.
All right, Royce. Anytime, my friend.
You too now.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
There. Okay, everybody. Give me one quick minute to make sure I'm still broadcasting, which I do show to be doing. Hold on, we got a call coming in. Rick, you're back on the air.
Oh, you're still rolling, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to do the last minute, tell everybody to visit my friends at this link and that sort of thing, and what my next show is, and then I was going to close it down.
Okay, I thought you were off. I was going to say, hey, son of a bitch, I'll see you later, man. I'm going for a ride.
Oh, all right. Well, you enjoy your ride, and we're still live on the air, but yeah, I'm going to shut down here in about the next 5 minutes.
All right, man.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, that was enjoyable and unexpected, but hey, that's part of life. At any rate, folks, like I was going to say, hold with me a minute. It's all the rain we've been having down here, I think. At any rate, I was going to say, come back again Tuesday at 8. We're going to have Jodie Foster, not the actress, but this girl has been on TV, but she was on a paranormal show. She's an author, has a book out called Forgotten Burial, and she's got quite a story about an apartment that she moved into with her family that was haunted by somebody who had been kidnapped and eventually killed, that was screaming for justice. And she's going to tell us about this story, and I don't want to go into deep details and give anything away other than what I already have. But y'all be sure to stop by and see us at www.paranormalpalace.com to learn more about that Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And don't forget to visit my friends at World UFO Today. And also, for those of you that that like social networks and forums, if you'll take a look in the left-hand menu, the top menu on the left says Main Menu, down to the bottom under Other. You'll see the Friends link. You click on that. I've got 3 banners up here. The top one is no longer active, but the Supernatural UFO is still active. Just click on it. It'll take you straight there. It's a great forum. The United Paranormal International is still active, and it's a really fantastic social network. I think you'll enjoy either one of those places. And then if you go on the left-hand menu under Other again, about underneath Friends, you'll see PHP Nuke Tools, and under that, Radio Favorites, you'll see my favorite radio show host, which is Gary Brown at UKPN Radio, JimHarold.com, The Gradian Report with Micah Hanks, Ohio Exopolitics Radio, and that one's with Mark Snyder. And y'all please feel free to stop by and visit these hosts, and I think you'll really enjoy them. And with that one there, I'm going to call this one a wrap. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Remember, I couldn't have a show without my listeners any more than I could have one without my guests. So if you're listening, you're participating, I really want to thank you for it. And don't forget to invite people to www.paranormalpalace.com to give it a try. Farewell.